Welcome to this intermediate tutorial on ANSYS meshing fundamentals, designed to elevate your simulation expertise. We begin by establishing the essential role of meshing in transforming CAD geometry into a computable domain. ANSYS provides a robust environment where geometry is discretized into elements that define the physical simulation space. Accurate physics depend heavily on mesh quality. Poor elements lead to divergence and inaccurate results. We start our technical deep dive by examining the first of 40 crucial mesh parameters for refined control. Moving through our workflow, we look at the core settings that dictate element distribution near critical regions. At step 39, we prioritize local refinement, where stress gradients are expected to be the highest. Consistency is key. At step 38, we establish the convergence criteria necessary for reliable simulation data. Adjusting node density ensures we capture the curvature of complex parts without excessive computational costs. Maintaining healthy aspect ratios at step 36 prevents solver instability during complex iterations. We monitor skewness levels closely to ensure that every element remains within acceptable geometric limits. Orthogonality is critical. We optimize the grid alignment to maximize solver accuracy for your flow models. Smooth transitions between fine and coarse mesh regions are essential for accurate gradient calculations. By enforcing curvature capture, we ensure the mesh follows complex geometry features faithfully at every turn. Proximity sizing prevents overlapping or gaps in thin walls and small features within your assembly. Setting an appropriate global size is the foundation for a balanced and stable computational grid. We carefully manage growth rates to balance resolution between internal fluid regions and external boundaries. Leverage automatic patching tools at step 28 to fill small gaps that might otherwise cause meshing failures. When geometry permits, swept meshes offer superior control and efficiency compared to unstructured tetrahedrons. Multizone meshing allows us to handle challenging assemblies by combining multiple strategies into one unified volume. At step 25, we configure inflation layer growth to capture crucial boundary layer physics precisely. Use virtual topology to simplify complex features and improve element quality without changing actual geometry. Organizing your mesh with named selections is vital for applying loads and boundary conditions later. Perfecting the surface mesh is the first step toward achieving a robust and valid volumetric representation. Utilize body of influence settings to concentrate mesh density specifically where it matters most for accuracy. At step 20, we apply Laplacian smoothing to improve the overall quality of your tetrahedral elements. We explore hex-dominant meshing methods to capture flow features with fewer, higher quality grid cells. Setting strict minimum edge lengths prevents the solver from struggling with overly small, problematic elements. Defining a clear maximum size helps maintain consistency across your simulation domain at step 17. Contact sizing ensures that interfaces between interacting parts are resolved with sufficient mesh density. Focusing on sharp edges at step 15 captures potential stress concentrations in structural components. Vertex sizing allows for granular control over critical corner points in complex CAD assemblies. Manage layer compression to avoid negative volume issues when modeling thin structural membranes. Always inspect mesh statistics early to confirm that total element counts are within your license limits. At step 11, generate quick mesh previews to verify your settings before running a full volume mesh. Choose between linear and quadratic elements based on the required accuracy of your mechanical simulation. Use patch-conforming algorithms at step 9 to maintain feature boundaries in highly irregular geometry. Leverage multi-core processing to accelerate the generation of massive meshes for large-scale industrial projects. Run automated mesh validation at step 7 to ensure your data is ready for the solver. Finally, optimize your file format for efficient data transfer from the mesher to the solver engine. At step 5, we verify that our mesh topology is fully compatible with the specific solver requirements. We refine the resolution balance to ensure accuracy without inflating our computational time too significantly. Automated feature detection at step 3 helps us highlight all critical geometric edges for meshing. Cleaning up geometry is essential. Step 2 involves removing minor artifacts that could trigger meshing errors. Finally, we initialize our project workflow with the correct physics preference to begin our simulation journey. Now that we understand the parameters, let's explore setting up your geometry for optimal meshing results. Mastering the balance between global mesh settings and targeted local controls is the secret to professional results. Next, we move into advanced techniques to handle complex assemblies and non-standard physics. We utilize advanced sizing functions and refinement algorithms to achieve high fidelity where it counts. Inflation layers are critical for accurately capturing boundary layer gradients in fluid flow simulations. Handling complex geometries requires strategic planning and a disciplined approach to discretization. Quality assessment is a mandatory step, not an optional review, in any reliable simulation workflow. Check these key metrics to confirm your mesh is statistically sound and numerically stable. When poor quality elements arise, use these remediation tactics to improve the mesh integrity. We've covered the fundamental and intermediate steps required to master your ANSYS meshing process. Remember these best practices for every simulation project you undertake in the future. With a validated mesh, you are now ready to hand off your data to the solver.